Hello everyone, welcome back to 8.0 Upper Wall Panels. In this exercise, we're going to add walls to the second floor. It's always a good idea to check your panel settings to ensure the system name and current model have the same values as when we made our first floor walls. If you're looking at a 3D model, you'll need to access the Layouts tab by clicking Layouts. Here's my 3D model. This is Layouts. We need to be back in Layouts. Go ahead and initiate the PSET command for panel settings. System name should be FrameCAD FTI. Current model should be M6-350S, 43 mil, 50 KSI. If you didn't have to change anything, go ahead and hit cancel. If you had to change one of these parameters, go ahead and hit save. Let's quick navigate to border number 4. Ensure that your second floor block is not visible on its temporary layer by using the LT2 command to turn it off. You should see a white polyline which represents the footprint of the second story walls as well as the deck connected to it. We're going to initiate the add framing item command by typing in add. We're going to click on the wall tab. For panel usage, change this to load bearing. For floor type, since we're on the second floor and we just created our floor system made out of FrameCAD steel, we're going to change our floor type from concrete to steel. And then our base level. Make sure your base level is set to 9 foot 4 inches. This ensures that FrameCAD structure will be able to properly calculate the structural design and all the loads and place these walls properly in relation to the first story, which is on base level 0. Creation method by lines. Erase original entity true. And then let's click on create. We're going to click the polyline that represents the boundary of the second floor walls. For side to offset, we're going to make sure to click towards the inside of the boundary to add walls that sit within the boundary. And we're going to end the command by hitting escape on the keyboard twice. Let's add our interior walls. Make sure you're in border number 4 by quickly navigating to it. Turn on your temporary layer number 2. We're going to repeat the add framing item command. We're going to change panel usage to non-load bearing. And creation method, we're going to choose by points. We're going to hit create. Working one wall at a time, create each interior wall by first defining one end of the wall, defining the other end of the wall, and then lastly define which side the wall will orient relative to the points you have just selected. Make sure you use the correct entity snap settings to do this precisely. When you're done, hit escape on the keyboard twice to end the command. Use the LT2 command to toggle the second floor block on and off to check for completion. Ensure that all walls have been added. Initiate the LI list item command. Select all of the interior walls. Hit enter on your keyboard. Under loading information, change location to internal to ensure that these walls will not be designed for exterior wind pressure. Click amend. We're going to tidy up some of these walls to ensure consistency. As you can see here, this wall laps over this one here. This wall laps over this one here. And generally, I just want to have consistent lapping so there's little to no confusion on the job site. For this, I can use member fillet, choose my long entity, and then my short, and these joints will change. That's the only change that I think I'll make on this one. User-defined openings. Ensure that the second floor block is visible using LT2. Let's start with the user-defined windows. There's only 4 windows on the second floor. The second floor plan block will have all windows labeled first by its opening height, followed by its opening width. Initiate the user-defined windows command by clicking UW and hitting enter. The head location should be set to 7 foot. If it's not, hit H on the keyboard, enter, type in 7 feet, and hit enter again. Next, we're going to need the height of the window. So let's figure out what the height of our window is. According to the plans, I have 2 windows that are 6 foot in height and 2 foot 11 inches in width. I have another window that is 2 feet height, 4 foot 11 inches in width. And the last window is 6 foot in height, 5 foot 10 inches in width. So let's start with the 2 down at the bottom. I'm going to navigate back to structure. The opening height is going to be 6 feet. I'm going to type in 6 feet and hit enter. And the width will be 2 foot 11 inches. I want to make sure C is selected so I can find its center by clicking 2 points, and the window will be centered within those 2 points. I'll hit enter, escape, escape, and our third window will be 2 feet in height. I'll reissue that command by hitting the space bar. The height of this window is 2 feet, and the width will be 4 foot 11 inches. I'll snap to these 2 points here, enter, escape, escape. And for our last window, 6 foot height and 5 foot 10 inches in width. Click here and there and enter and escape, escape. And that's all of our user windows. Once you've completed all that, we'll go ahead and initiate the user door command. UD, enter. Set your opening height to 7 feet. And then reviewing our floor plan, I can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 doors that are 2 foot 8 inches wide. So 2 foot 8 inches wide. And I'll center them from here to here, here to here, here to here, and there to there. Enter, escape, escape. Got 3 doors for the closets that are 7 foot, 5 foot 4. So UD, 7 foot, and then 5 foot 4. Enter, escape, escape. We're going to add some posts and beams to the upper floor to support our trusses over the balcony, and some posts to the lower floor to help support our joist girder. It's important to know that our system only produces cold-formed steel. In this example, we're adding structural steel posts. The software does not engineer or design these items and will only show the shape of these posts. We're going to start by adding the posts to the first floor in border number 1. So quick navigate to border number 1. Ensure that your first floor block is visible by using the LT1 command as needed. Zoom in where the entry door and landing are Initiate the add command. Navigate to posts. For system name, we'll use beams post US. For column type, we'll use 6 by 6 by 0.188 SHS. For column spacing 10 foot, the top of this column should be set to 8 feet. That's the top of the column itself. The base of it should be at 0 feet. And the column height overall should be 8 feet. That's calculated. And creation method by points. Erase original entity, yes. And let's hit create. Click OK when you see this dialog box. For the starting point, choose the left side of the post over here. For the ending point, click the end on the right. And for side to offset, click somewhere in the landing towards the entry door. The software will display a large asterisk over the first point and ask if a post is required. Hit Y on the keyboard and hit enter. It'll ask the same question again for the second post. Hit Y and hit enter. Now we'll add posts on the second floor and border number 4. Quick navigate to border number 4. Zoom in to the deck. Ensure the second floor block is visible using the LT2 command as needed. Initiate the add framing item. We'll change the column top to 17 foot 4 inches. And the column base we will change to 9 foot 4 inches. So this column, or these columns, start at 9 foot 4 inches, which is above the floor system of the second floor, and they end at the top of 17 foot 4 inches for a total column height of 7 foot 12 inches, or otherwise known as 8 feet. We'll click create, click on our left, our right, and towards the door. Yes, yes. And now we have our 2 points. Now we'll add the beams on the second floor that connect our balcony beams with our second floor walls in border number 4. Make sure you're in border number 4 by quickly navigating to it. Ensure that the second floor block is visible using the LT2 command as needed. Zoom in where the balcony is. Initiate the add framing command. We'll go to the beam tab. FrameCAD FTI, webbed beam, model type. We're going to choose M6350S 43 mil 50 KSI. Top of the beam is at 17 foot 4 inches. Base of the beam will be 16 foot 4 inches for an overall height of 1 foot, 3.5 inch beam width, 5 points, and we'll hit create. We're going to disregard this dialog box by clicking OK. And we're going to find our endpoints, which are going to be right here. And we're going to zoom in to here. And we're going to make sure to point our cursor this way to orient the beam this way. And then we'll do our second one. And our third one. When you've completed each beam, go ahead and hit escape 2 times. We're going to perform now the integrity check. Let's go to PSET. In the Panels tab, Integrity Check Options, Panel labeling should be set to true. Maximum panel length should be set to true. If you don't have those, go ahead and change it. If you already had that, go ahead and hit cancel. If you needed to change it, click save. Let's run the integrity check now. IC, click enter, and then press enter one more time. It's going to give us two warnings. 2 walls were found over the maximum length, and also 13 walls were not labeled. We're going to click OK. So I have 13 walls unlabeled and 2 walls over the maximum length. If we run that integrity check again, but further zoomed out, IC, enter, enter, you can see different colored asterisks. There are 13 yellow ones telling us about unlabeled walls, and 2 magenta ones telling us about the walls over the maximum length. Let's click OK. We're going to resolve the length issue using member cut. I'm going to start on the exterior wall on the left. I'll zoom in to where the top of the stair opening intersects the left exterior wall. Initiate member cut, MC. Select the left exterior wall. And then for location to cut, we're going to click the intersection of the stair opening and the exterior wall. We're going to right-click to use the previous point. And now this wall has been cut into 2 walls. Let's cut the right exterior wall. Zoom in where the closet wall intersects the right exterior wall. Reissue the member cut command. Select the wall. Select this point here. Right-click for previous point, and it'll split it into 2 walls. Now all that's left to do is label our walls. Let's hit escape a couple times. We'll initiate the label all command, LA. I'm going to press enter for a global selection. And the starting number, I'm going to set to 1. And now all of my labels are here. Since we have walls on the first floor and on the second floor, we're now beginning to see a repetition of wall labels being used in this entire project. Leaving the labeling this way can make for confusion in the field. To amend this, we can bring zones into our project. Initiate the LI framing list item command. LI. We're going to make a large selection window going from left to right and ensuring to encompass the second floor plan, including the walls. Hit enter. And for zone location, we're going to update this to UWF for upper wall frames. Click amend. Quick navigate to border number 1. Make a large selection window after using LI, framing list item, to select all of the walls on the first floor. And under zone location, let's turn off our temporary layer. LI, enter. Let's try this without the columns. There we go. For zone location, we're going to create one called LWF for lower wall frames. We're going to hit amend. And now all of these walls are not only L2 and N8 and N6, but they also will have a little reference tag that tells us what zone that they're in. Let's go to border number 2. I'm going to type in LI, hit enter, select all of my trusses, and for zone location, let's call this LRT for lower roof trusses, and hit keep. Let's navigate back to border number 4, and let's type in IC, hit enter, and it says no problems found. Navigate to the Models tab, type in P3D to update your walls, and hit enter. This is going to delete any existing 3D entities found. Type in P3D again, and it will regenerate all of the panels based off of the information from the Layouts tab. Make sure to screenshot this 3D view, as well as border number 4. All right. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one.